SMP are still very popular. The horror niche has been blowing up over the last year, but with Dream and DeQuavis having their long-awaited 1v1 just a couple of days ago, a question has been brought up. Who really are the best Minecraft PvPers in 2025? Is it Dream by beating DeQuavis, as many people like to think? Or is it one of the Lifesteal SMP members? Well, today I took some of the most relevant Minecraft YouTubers, Dream SMP members, good PvPers, old legends, and put them all in a tier list, ranking them by their pure 1.20 PvP ability. The tiers are very simple. We go from uninstalled to average, then to very solid, insanely great, and then finally one of the best. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Alright, so we probably have one of the most random set of Minecraft YouTubers that you have ever seen. This set of YouTubers is very random, but at the same time, a lot of these YouTubers are very relevant in 2025. There's a lot of legends in here. There's a lot of sweaty PvPers, Lifesteal SMP players. You know, it's a very diverse list. And this by no means includes all YouTubers, because I feel like there's a very countless amount of Minecraft YouTubers that are insane in every aspect of PvP. But I think this list does justice to older legends, to more funnier Minecraft YouTubers, and then in the end, actual crazy good PvPers that are very relevant in 2025. And by the way, this list was completely randomized, so we're starting with the random person, which funnily enough is Sapnap. You know, Sapnap is mostly known to be Dream's hunter in his manhunts, and he's mainly regarded as one of the best hunters. He can actually hang in there with Dream in a lot of 1v1s, and funnily enough, after Dream and DeQuavis 1v1, he actually ended up 1v1ing DeQuavis literally just a day ago, where he actually managed to win a couple games, but kind of was clearly a little bit worse than DeQuavis. And in this day of age of Minecraft PvP, you have to be really good to really hang in there. So to start out our ranking, I think I'll have to put Sapnap in very solid. I know there potentially could have been more tiers, but I feel like if Sapnap really locked in and tried his best, he would genuinely be a very great Minecraft PvPer. So now let's move on to Parrot. He's definitely a different type of Minecraft YouTuber. He mainly makes SMP videos, which are heavy in PvP and heavy in a lot of lore. And when you take a look at his skill level based on his videos, he's definitely not a bad PvPer. He can hang in there with a lot of the best players. And right now I'm really thinking of where to actually put him. Do I put him at insanely great, or maybe at the top of very solid above Sapnap? And you know, for now, I think I will actually put him at very solid, just above Sapnap, because he is better than Sapnap. And by the way, the list can change as I rank more players, because I might want to adjust some things, but let's keep going. The next YouTuber is Wally Bear. And you know, if you ask me, I genuinely don't know why I have him in here. As I said before, there will be a lot of random older Minecraft YouTubers who at least have maybe some experience in the PvP aspect. And you know, when looking at Wally Bear, he seems to be pretty green when it comes to 1.20 PvP. You know, there's not really that much to him, so I think this is going to be the first ranking into the average tier. You know, not the worst Minecraft PvPer by any means, but in the modern day and age, almost every major PvP YouTuber is probably way better than him, so that's going to be that. And now we move on to probably one of the most infamous Minecraft PvPers. You know, Clown here took PvP Minecraft to another level, and when he rose to fame, he genuinely felt unstoppable. He was doing these 1v20s and somehow pulling it off, even going against the best mechanical PvPers in Minecraft and getting a lot of great wins. So I think we will have to put Clown Pierce at one of the best, and I think by no means he's one of the best in 2025, because there's a lot of very cracked players nowadays, but I think he really deserves the spot to be there. And now we're moving on to Dream. Recently had his crazy 1v1 against DeQuavis, and when you actually look at his skill level in the video, he was very good. And you know, as he has said previously, he was pretty rusty at Minecraft, and he's been training a lot recently with very great players. And the way I think I will rank him is by looking at him versus Parrot. You know, that would be a very interesting 1v1, because Parrot is very mechanically decent. So I'm really thinking of where to put Dream here. And you know, based on Dream's recent 1v1, I think I might put him at very solid, just above Parrot, because I just feel like Dream is a bit more dedicated to the PvP aspect of the game, so I think I'll keep him at the top of very solid. And now we go to another Minecraft SMP player, Recrap. Recrap is another one of those Lifesteal SMP YouTubers who I think more focuses on the lore aspect of the game, like building a lot of traps, doing some very unique stuff, so he isn't really the greatest when it comes to PvP, but as you can see, he isn't horrible either. So I think I'll end up putting Recrap just below Sapnap. When actually thinking about it, him and Sapnap would be a really close fight. I actually might lean towards Recrap in that 1v1, because I feel like he mechanically would be better than Sapnap in a lot of aspects of the duels they would do. So you know, I'll actually change it and put him above Sapnap. And now we move on to Purpled. If you can't tell, that's Purpled. And again, I don't know why I really have him in here. He's one of those OG Bed Wars YouTubers, but from seeing the experience that he has in 1.20 PvP, you know, he can pretty easily beat the Dream SMP YouTubers who aren't really that great at PvP. So I think I personally will put him below Wally Bear in the average tier. I think think this is a pretty fair ranking. But now we're moving on to Technoblade. And you know, when it comes to him, obviously, rest in peace. But the way I will look at his skill set is a bit differently than I will look at others. You know, Technoblade was one of the players that was always improving, always trying to be better in every aspect of the game. You can tell he was really training and all of that. So I genuinely think Technoblade in 2025 would probably be an insanely good player. I know this is a bit of a highball and nostalgia bias, but I think he would crack the insanely great tier because he was a very, very mechanically sound player. And if he learned all the new gen tactics, he would be really great at the game. And now we're moving on to George Not Found. He also recently 1v1 DeQuavis with Sapnap and got absolutely destroyed. You know, George isn't that great at PvP at all. So I think this will be one of the first uninstall rankings because this guy is genuinely horrible when it comes to 1.20 PvP. I feel like I could beat him with my eyes closed. But you know, I'm not trying to diss people. He's still okay, but when it comes to Minecraft YouTubers and their PvP, he will go to the uninstall tier. And now a lot of you probably won't recognize this PFP, but this guy goes by the name of Sharpness, who's probably one of the best PvPers I've seen in a while. He had a 1v1 with Clownpierce and destroyed him in most aspects of PvP. They did OP duels, they did axe duels, they did UHC duels, and Sharpness practically destroyed Clownpierce in all of them. And I'm not even exaggerating. So I think I have to put Sharpness at one of the best and obviously above Clownpierce because this guy is the type of player who genuinely never leaves his house based on his PvP ability. He's easily one of the best players right now, so I'll have to put him at one of the best. And now let's move on to Skeppy. I don't think he has had that much 1.20 experience, but from what we can see, when he 1v1 people like Tommy Innit, Bad Boy Halo, you know, these were insanely close fights. And I feel like if Skeppy really practiced this PvP, he would become very solid. But just because he has not done that at all, I think I'll easily put him at average. You know, at the end of average, I think Purple and Wally Bear are better than him. And I think I'll say very similar things about Bad Boy Halo. You know, he did destroy Tommy Innit more decisively than Skeppy, and he has been in more manhunts and had more 1.20 experience. So I think I'll put him above Skeppy when it comes to 1.20 PvP easily. And you know, all these people are pretty average. And now the next guy in line is Boosfer, a guy who posted Minecraft manhunts back in the day and now posts these lore videos kinda. And, you know, based on his ability, he's a pretty solid PvPer, but again, obviously not really the greatest. So with all due respect, I think I'll have to put him at the top of average. I think he's definitely better than Wally Bear and Purple. And you know, this is genuinely not a bad ranking being at the top of average. And now we come to DeQuavis, the man who just 1v1 Dream and got kind of destroyed pretty badly. I know it was very close, but it was kind of evident that Dream didn't go 100% on him. And him and Sapnap did 1v1 where he destroyed Sapnap in a relatively easy fashion. The fights were close, but I don't think DeQuavis was going all 100%. And I think at this stage, him knowing a lot of the PvP aspects, I think I'll put him just behind Dream, ironically, because I think he would beat all these guys that are behind him, even though I think him and Parrot would be a relatively close fight. But you know what, actually, I think I'll change the ranking. I'll put him below Parrot, because I think Parrot has more experience, he has more tools in the cabinet, and DeQuavis does fake a lot of his manhunts that he does, so he doesn't really have this years of experience when it comes to pure Minecraft 1v1ing, so I think this is a relatively fair ranking. But now let's go to Tommy Innit, who 1v1 Skeppy, Bad Boy Halo, got pretty much destroyed by them. But you know, him and Skeppy was a relatively close fight. But with all due respect, I'll just put him to uninstall, bro. You're not going anywhere with this, I'm sorry. And now we come to Spoke, another lifesteal SMP YouTuber who mainly focuses on building traps. He's more about the lore of the SMP, and he's not really the greatest PvPer, but he definitely isn't bad. So I think I'll personally put him maybe just behind Sapnap. I haven't seen much of his PvP, so I might be shooting completely wrong here. He might be actually very good. So yeah, correct me in the comments if that's actually the case. And now that you're staring at this plushie, you probably think it's some random Minecraft YouTuber, but this unironically is the best Minecraft PvPer I have seen in a while. He's insanely underrated. He has a relatively small channel, and it's called Swite. And when you just take a look at this guy's PvP mechanics and his ability to be so consistently insane at the game, makes me feel like he blows Clownpierce and Sharpness out of the water. But yeah, this guy is genuinely just insane at the game. So I think what I'll have to do is genuinely put him above both of these guys. I think he deserves this spot. I think he's insanely good at PvP. He could be one of the best players in 2025 right now. And you know, last but not least, we got Wembu over here. Wembu is a pretty solid PvPer. He pretty much destroyed Recrap in a 1v1. And I feel like him and DeQuavis would be a very, very close fight. So I can't really decide where to put him. I think I will put him above DeQuavis because this guy is pretty consistent and he's not bad at PvP at all. But yeah, guys.